4-in-1 special. 4 subdivisions in one planned development. Join us while we go check out Stevens Plantation.
Join our Florida adventures as we explore some of St. Cloud's most beautiful communities.
We start our tour here at the cross junction of Nolte Road and Canoe Creek Road. This is known as Stevens Crossing. Immediately, we're greeted with a beautiful monument fountain welcoming us to the beginning of Stevens Plantation. As we drive west, there is a Walmart, grocery, and gas station and dentist to the left. There are 4 subdivisions that make up Stevens Plantation. They're called the Grove, Veranda Lakes, Magnolia Green, and the Estates. There's 1 on the right and 3 on the left as we continue west on Nolte Road. Alright, so our first visit takes us to the only community north of Nolte Road, which is the Grove. As we drive through this community, we'll notice mature landscaping, ponds, and conservation areas throughout, making you feel cozy and secluded. There are no regulations when parking overnight on the street. However, parking on the lawns or blocking sidewalks is a no-no. Curious what school district your kiddos would be in if you lived in Stevens Plantation? They are currently zoned for St. Cloud Elementary, which is only about a mile away, while the St. Cloud Middle School and High School are about 3 miles away. Alright, so next, as we exit the Grove, we'll hop across the street to Veranda Lakes community. Here we find more conservation areas, ponds, and mature landscaping. With that being said, I want to mention Stevens Plantation broke ground in the early 2000s, so the trees have had many years to grow super tall. If you were curious about renting in here, or any of the 4 subdivisions for that matter, your lease must be a minimum of 6 months and approved by the HOA. This is great news for your neighbor not to be a vacation rental, but allows you to be close to some of your favorite vacation destinations. The major theme parks are only about 25 miles away, and the closest access to the Atlantic Ocean just a little over 50 miles away. Alright, let's now go west on Nolte and head into Magnolia Green. I don't know if you've noticed in the last 2 subdivisions, but we're greeted by another beautiful entrance. Again, more lush landscaping and mature trees to provide shade from that Florida sun. A few more ponds and conservation areas to point out as well in this community. To note, every property can have a fence. However, if you're backed up to the waterfront, your waterfront fence will have to be aluminum. This is great because there's many subdivisions out there that won't let you have a fence when you're on the water. Here's a great opportunity to say that all major changes must go through your HOA. Our tour has led us to the final subdivision, and we'd like to point out the pediatric medical and dental offices and a private daycare preschool, which is called Lady Bird Academy, just across from its entrance. We know you've enjoyed the tour so far, but if a larger lot size was what you were searching for, well, then we present the Estates. As we're driving along, you'll notice that the trees aren't quite as mature, and there's still a few lots devoid of homes. At the filming of this video, there are still opportunities to build your custom home. With these communities so defined, your fur babies are sure to love them too. There are even doggy sanitation stations in place to help keep this community clean. And speaking of pets, these communities allow you to bring your dog, cat, and other common household pets to live with you, but you'll have to leave those horses with your in-laws. Now that we've had an opportunity to drive through these communities, I want to take a minute and share some important information. There's an HOA and CDD in place in Stevens Plantation. While most of us understand what an HOA is, the Homeowners Association's responsibilities in this community are the following: internet and cable TV through Spectrum, groundskeeping, the upkeep of the sidewalks, the ponds, and those doggy sanitation stations. Your HOA monthly fee is around $65 to cover these costs. However, all fees are always subject to change. On the contrary, The term CDD might be unfamiliar to some, but it just stands for Community Development District. This means that it's its own governing body that provides, and I quote, alternate method of planning, acquiring, operating, and maintaining community-wide improvements in planned communities, end quote. A CDD is fairly common with many communities in Florida. So how much are the CDD fees in Stevens Plantation? Well, again, everything is subject to change, of course, but currently it looks as though the annual CDD fee is around $150 a month. And what does that go towards? Your CDD fee actually pays towards the community appearance, recreational facilities, street lighting, and the infrastructure administration. We hope you've enjoyed your first tour of Stevens Plantation. Hit us up for your own personal second tour. Hey guys, this is Trevor and Jessica Snyder. We are Land of the Free team with LPT Realty. Hope you enjoyed this wonderful tour of this beautiful community today.
There's an incredible amount of information about city codes, HOAs, and local regulations. We'd love to answer any questions that you may have regarding any of those topics. We could only highlight a few in this video.
We're trying to highlight as many communities in Central Florida as we can, so please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and just share with your friends.
With that being said, if you have any suggestions about future videos or communities you'd like more information about, please feel free to lay down a comment or send us an email, which is in our description. Thank you.